Hello, fellow ambitionists, and welcome to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. I'm your host, and this is where we turn your ambitions into actionable plans. Through proven strategies, personalized goal roadmaps, and a focus on progress, I'll guide you in breaking down big goals into milestones you can achieve. Each episode delivers practical tools to help you stay on track and make real progress towards your goals. Ready to start accomplishing? Let's dive in. Hello, welcome back to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy. I am your host and creator of Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, which has just gone SaaS, which is software as a service. If you've been around, you know that Goal Accomplishment Made Easy was a company that offered operations and project management services to businesses, but now we are offering it to individuals in the form of software, an app. That same operational rigor and vigor in project management that I used to do as a COO for companies, I now made it available to the everyday person, meaning people would hire me to come in and map out their vision and execute it, meaning they have a vision. I tell them how they can accomplish it, and then I make it happen, right? That's literally my whole job. I was paid to do it. And now I've taken that same operational thinking and put it into an app so that the everyday person can have that same exact thing for them. Companies pay top dollar for people like me to come in. And what do everyday people have? Willpower, habit trackers, notes, apps where they freaking put their goals down like a grocery list or vision boards. Like, no, you need a bit more. So, what you do is you type in your goal and it tells you what needs to happen by when. It gives you a timeline. It tells you everything you need to know and it helps you execute on the things. If something changes, the plan changes, the timeline changes. And I'm really proud of it because when I was younger and I was hungry and I was ambitious and I just didn't have the right access or the right tools to get to where I wanted to go, I was like, if someone just gave me a chance, I would crush it and they wouldn't be, like I would make them proud. And I feel like now that I've climbed a little ladder or whatever, and I've seen some things and I've seen how people at the top have the tools and resources that they need to stay on top. I want to build something for people who don't have the access and don't have the tools. Level that playing field a bit. So that leads me into today's topic because I want to talk to you about what I've learned as a retired COO. And that is you don't have to be the first. You just have to be the loudest, right? There's a version of ambition that gets obsessed with being the first, like the first to market, first with the idea, first to do the thing no one else has done yet. And I used to think that way. I think a lot of founders do, but there's something intoxicating about the idea of being the one who got there first. Like that alone is enough to make you win. And it's not. And I learned that not from failing, but from watching organizations succeed in ways that had nothing to do with being first, right? In my years running operations, I work with companies at every stage. Early startups, mid-sized businesses that were scaling fast, established brands, trying to stay relevant, like everyone. And one of the most consistent things I saw was that the company that won a category wasn't always the one that created it, right? Like I watched late entrants walk into crowded spaces and take them over. Like not because they had a dramatically better product, but because they were clearer, I think, about who they were, because they showed up consistently when their competitors got comfortable, because they kept saying the same thing in different ways until it became impossible to ignore. And I watched early movers lose ground that they should have owned because they assumed being first was a permanent advantage. It's not. Being first just means you have a head start, and what you do with it is completely different. Question. So, what I think the real advantage is, the one that actually compounds over time, is clarity. And not like in a woo-woo AI kind of way, like being crystal clear about who you are, who you're for, and what you stand for, and then being loud about it consistently and apologetically, even when it feels like no one's listening yet, is key. And loud doesn't mean obnoxious, okay? It doesn't mean everywhere all the time with no strategy kind of thing. It means showing up where your people are, saying what needs to be said, and not shrinking when it's not immediately validated. Right? Most people go quiet when they don't see traction fast. They pull back, they second guess their message, and they start changing things before they've given the original thing a real chance. The ones who win, I think, stay loud. They refine, but they don't disappear. So, what this looked like for me, girl, when I built Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, I started this in 2020. I've been in operations and project management for 13 years, but I started working for myself doing it in 2020. When I built Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, I wasn't building into an empty space, right? There are, even now that we've gone SaaS, like recently, there are apps, right, that help people track habits, and apps that help people set goals, and planners and templates and tools and all that kind of stuff. But what didn't exist, at least not the way I built it, was project management applied to your personal goals. That same like operational rigor I spent years delivering at the COO level, made accessible to anyone who has something they're serious about accomplishing. And that's a specific thing. And I've had to be loud about it. Like, I've had to be loud about what makes it specific, and not just that it exists, but what it actually does and who it's actually for, right? The ambitious person who has been treating their goals like to do lists and wondering why nothing is moving, the woman who has been doing the most with the least and is ready for a real plan behind her, right? Like, I didn't need to be first. I needed to be right and then loud enough that the right people could find me, right? So, if you're building something right now, I would say stop worrying about who got there before you. Start getting clearer about what makes what you're building different. And not different like in a marketing way, but in a real way. Like, what do you do that they don't? Who are you for that? They aren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you have that clarity, protect it. Say it loud, say it again, put it in your content, your conversations, your positioning. Don't assume people will figure it out. You have to tell them directly. And then keep showing up when it's not working yet, when the reach is small, when someone else seems to be further along. Keep showing up and keep saying the thing. The people who are meant to find you will find you, but only if you're loud enough to be found. Okay, you don't have to be first. You just have to be the loudest voice for the people who need exactly what you have. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. Stay committed. Keep taking those small daily steps and watch your goals turn to reality. For more resources and personalized support, visit goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com, and we'll see you in the next episode.